Long time no see, guys. Welcome to another edition of What's New. I'm your host, Quantrix02, and I'm here to go over the Extreme Rules 2015 pay-per-view, and we're just going to start off right now. Now, the original kickoff show match for Extreme Rules was supposed to be the New Day versus Kid and Cesaro, but that match was put onto the card because the match that was supposed to be on the official card was not able to happen tonight because of the injury of Daniel Bryan. So Daniel Bryan versus Barrett was now on pay-per-view. So instead of that, we received Neville versus Barrett in the pre-show. And I have to say, this match is very, very good. We all know, if you've seen NXT, you know exactly what Adrian Neville brings to the table. He is high octane, just a ball of excitement with all his high flying moves. And tonight he did not disappoint. Him and Barrett put on a pretty good match to heaten up the crowd. I would have to say. Just really cool counters and everything, but it all ended when Barrett tried to hit the bullhammer on Adrian Neville from the top when he was going for the red arrow. He kind of countered it, pulled his head back, countered it, and then got off and kicked him in the head. Red arrow, 1, 2, 3. Neville gets his first ever, I guess you can call it his first pay-per-view win. It's not really on the pay-per-view, but it was on a kickoff show of a pay-per-view, so I will say it kind of is. So, good, awesome showing by the NXT alumni Adrian Neville. Next, we had the Extreme Rules pay-per-view kicked off with Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper in the Chicago Street Fight. This is kind of what you can expect from a WWE street fight nowadays. Chair shots to the back, to the gut, kendo stick, a lot of cool stuff. But it got really interesting once Dean Ambrose and Luke Harper went to the backstage area and started, fighting in the back, until they got to a truck where Luke Harper got in the truck, and basically Dean Ambrose jumped inside as well, and they drove off, and that kind of was the end of that part of the matchup. So this is where WWE went on. This is pretty clever. I like how they did this. Instead of, I wish they would have followed them with a camera, but they didn't do that. Instead, what they did is just moved on with the pay-per-view, and we eventually would get back to this match later in the pay-per-view. So next, the next match was Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus in a Kiss My Arse match. The match was, it was okay, I guess. I mean, I guess for putting the chemistry between Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler is good. I'm not saying it was a bad match, just probably wasn't the best of the night, but it was still pretty darn good for what it was. Dolph Ziggler ended up winning with a roll-up, and surprisingly, Sheamus losing. I really thought Sheamus was going to come out on top in this match, but he didn't. And for the next couple of minutes, the ref would try to get Sheamus to kiss Dolph Ziggler's arse, which he was having a tough time doing. He finally got on his knees, and Ziggler pulls up his, tights, and so we didn't get to see any butt cheeks or anything. I don't know why. I want to see that, but I mean, come on, it would be, funny just to see that. But anyway, he pulls up his tights, and to get a kiss. Instead of a kiss, he gets a low blow by Sheamus, and then a brogue kick, and then he still makes Dolph Ziggler kiss his arse, even though he lost the match. I kind of like how they did that, the very heelish tactics. Like, why would anybody why would anybody willingly kiss somebody's arse? And then, even if it was a match type. So I like what Sheamus did there. Next, with the WWE Tag Team Championship match, I really, really enjoyed this match. My God, man. All four of those guys in that matchup are just so amazing. And I'm telling you, man, that Kofi Kingston and especially Big E do not get enough credit where credit is due. These guys are so awesome in the ring. And not taking anything from Cesaro and Kid, because they're amazing too, and they get cheered like crazy. But they should. I'm really like how the fans are actually starting to give they're starting to get heat with the crowd. I'm liking that. The whole New Day sucks thing is starting to stick. But this match is just awesome. I would definitely go back and watch this tag team match. The tag team division WWE is getting hot, man. It's getting hot real quick. In the end, though, The winner of this matchup was very unexpected to me. I really thought Cesaro and Kidd were going to retain, but the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Biggie Langston, and I guess Xavier Woods. I mean, I'm not sure if they're using the Freebird rule or not, but they win the tag team championships. New Day wins the tag team championships, and it's pretty cool, man. I'm really happy. I'm really excited to see what they really do with these guys coming forward. So I kind of like that move. That was a really good match. Definitely go back and watch that. Next was back to Dean Ambrose and Luke Harper. And I thought they were going to do some kind of like Roddy Piper / Goldust kind of segments, like driving on the road and all that. But they kind of like, what did they do? They just drove on the block and came back into the arena, because that's kind of what it felt like. Came back in the arena during the New Day backstage segment. New Day was standing right beside I always forget her freaking name. But anyway, they were backstage talking to her, and Dean Ambrose just jumps, falls out of the freaking Luke Harper. No, it was Luke Harper. Luke Harper falls out of the truck, and then Dean Ambrose jumps on New Day and him. It's pretty awesome. Then they go back to the ring and finishes their match, which was really good. A lot of cool, I love when they do the spot where they throw all the chairs in the ring and they do some kind of move on it. That was really cool. But we got to see in the end with the Dirty Deeds to take out Luke Harper. 1, 2, 3. Dean Ambrose finally gets his first, singles win on pay-per-view since splitting up with the Shield. He was not able to get a win on pay-per-view since splitting up, and I was like, God, why can't this guy get a win on freaking pay-per-view? And he finally does. He beats Luke Harper, gets that win. Very happy for Mr. Dean Ambrose. Next, we got to see John Cena versus Rusev in the Russian chain match, which was a kind of like it was a four corners. You've seen this before in strap matches and bull rope matches. The four corners thing. We got to hit all four corners. For this matchup, I'm telling you, this matchup, I believe, I'm like that WWE doesn't do this as much, because it seems like this is a matchup that you really can't do that much, because it's not that much you can do where the two guys can't be separated, Like, it's not a lot you can do with that. So for what these guys did, I really, really did like this matchup. Rusev would hit the corners a couple of times in that matchup. Like he was going to win, but at the end, both men would actually hit three corners simultaneously. In the last corner, they would Rusev would try to run towards the last corner to tap it, but John Cena would pull him back and then deliver the AA, and then go and tap the last corner and retain the U.S. Championship. It was something I expected. Also in that matchup, Rusev told Lana to go to the back. I guess she was getting cheered by the crowd, and he didn't like that. So they went to the back. She took her she was told to go to the back during the matchup, and that there's some tension in between those two characters, which we will see more of that later in the night. Next was Nikki Bella versus Naomi. I like this match for what it was. 7 minutes of Divas action is definitely an improvement. Nikki Bella always improving the ring every single night. I feel like she's improving. She has a bona fide moveset, a definitive moveset now, which is really good. Naomi also just incredible talent. Finally got rid of the freaking Funkadactyls music. No Funk is not on a roll anymore. Get that out of here. I'm happy that's gone. She got her own theme music. Came out with these sick glow in the dark, not glow in the dark, but they were neon shoes that would change colors depending on when she kicked somebody or whatever. Really, really cool stuff, and I hope she keeps that going forward. And but then in the end, it was Brie Bella who would deliver a kick to the side of the head of Naomi, which would cause Naomi to fall right into the rack attack, and Nikki Bella will retain the Divas Championship. Hopefully this rivalry will continue even more, and Naomi will finally get that shot. She really deserves to be the Divas Champion at some point, so hopefully she will be. Next was Roman Reigns versus The Big Show. I did not expect a lot from this matchup, but yeah, I have to say it was pretty good. I have to say that. Usually these matches are really, really good. And this one didn't disappoint that much. a lot of spears, though, a lot of spears and Superman punches from Roman Reigns, and I know people are like, oh God, why? But they were pretty cool spears, like spear into the barricade. They set up the steel steps beside the two announce tables, and Roman Reigns ran until one up, like on the steps onto the first announce table onto the second announce table and speared Big Show through it, and then he would throw the announce table on top of Big Show, a la the Del Rio Big Show finish once again, but it was still pretty cool, and I actually enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. Next, the Bo Dallas segment. Bo Dallas would come out, talk junk to the Chicago crowd, and then Ryback would come out and squash him in like 2 seconds. And I really thought this is where we're going to see Bray Wyatt come out and attack Ryback, because I think he's talking about Ryback in his promos, but that didn't happen. The last segment was with Rusev, I guess talking to the Authority, and now he's going to have a I Quit match at the next pay-per-view with John Cena, so that's cool. And then we got to the main event, Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins. The RKO was banned inside of a steel cage match. RKO's banned, and Kane is the gatekeeper. He was the guardian of the gate, now he's the gatekeeper. They both sound really cheesy, but whatever. In this matchup, it was a lot of cool stuff. Somehow Seth Rollins was able to like hit like the springboard, like his springboard knee, to Randy Orton from the ropes, which was like right beside the gate. So I'm not sure how he did that. It was pretty cool, seeing him hit that. Some other cool stuff in there too. But obviously this match is gonna have shenanigans because it's a steel cage match. You gotta have shenanigans in those, I guess, especially if it's the main event of the pay-per-view. Kane would get into the ring and seemed like he was going to choke slam Seth Rollins, but ended up choke slamming Randy Orton. And then he would Seth Rollins try to leave the ring, leave the cage. He would pull him back in, choke slam him, and then put him over Randy Orton. Randy Orton would kick out. Then he would try to go for a tombstone on Randy Orton. Randy Orton would get out of that, hit the RKO, and then Seth Rollins with the RKO on Randy Orton and escaped the ring. And people are like, oh, how the heck he used the RKO? How is that legal? I thought it was illegal in this matchup. It was illegal for Randy Orton. They never say anything about it being illegal for Seth Rollins, which I do like that ending. That's a very creative ending by WWE. Putting some thought into the ending of that matchup. I really enjoyed that. We also got to see Randy Orton deliver a pedigree. That was pretty cool. So yeah, that's the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, guys. What do you think of it? If you've seen it, tell me below what you thought of the pay-per-view. What's your favorite match? All that good stuff. Also, King of the Ring is coming back, so I'll probably be having a video on that as well. So until next time, guys, comment, rate, subscribe. Stay good, everybody. All peace.